to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Things I Wish I Knew for Legends of Runeterra. This is episode 3, and I want to first start off with covering something that I talked about last week, and that was stuff that begins at the stuff that happens at the beginning of the round. Now, it was something I actually did not know or did not clue into, and it became very critical during a game that I had earlier last week, whatever. I had one game, and it actually taught me a lot about of various things, and I'm going to cover them all. But I need to actually discuss one thing that I missed about the start of the round. Now I'm going to pull up the end of the match. I wish I'd been able to catch the whole thing, but unfortunately I didn't. I did catch the end of the match, and this is where I actually learned something about what happens at the beginning of the round. So I'm going to activate the video, and here we see passing priority. I am going over to being the active player. My opponent drew first. There were puff caps in his deck, and he lost before I did, because I also had puff caps in my deck. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was a fantastic match. I wish I had the whole thing. So another thing to add to the what I wish I knew was that when it comes to prioritizing the drawing, it goes to the opposite side of whoever's got the attack token. So, good thing to know, especially in that match, because it actually helped me win. Now, this match actually had a lot of interactions involving Fizz. Fizz is a new hero, our new champion, and it's honestly, he's one of the most annoying champions, and there's a deck that's going around now based entirely around him and the card Suit Up. So, the interactions I found were as follows. Now, this one actually, for some reason, this does not make sense to me, but this is how it works. Make it rain. Okay. Here I got a video. Here I'm going to play the Make It Rain. We're going to commit, and when we check it, it is hitting Fizz. It's also hitting the 2/2 elusive and hitting the Nexus. They play a burst spell. Fizz cancels the whole effect. Like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Now I just got the video on repeat so we can see it again. But this works completely opposite to how Static Shock works. With Static Shock, you, as 4 cost, deal 1 damage to 2 separate targets, and you draw a card. So, but if you target the Nexus and you target a creature, if the creature's removed from the equation, the damage still goes to the Nexus, and you still get to draw a card. So my curiosity here, or wondering, is why does Make It Rain stop functioning and does not hit the other units just because Fizz no longer became a valid target? So that's something to watch. If you are playing or running up against a Fizz deck and you see or have Make It Rain, you can fully expect it to be cancelled out by them playing a burst spell and activating Fizz's ability. So that's something I wish I knew. Now, I learned one more thing during this match, and I just did it by fluke. I figured, hey, why not? So I was playing a TF deck, and TF has his gold card. Well, I recreated the scenario. Thank you to DJ Gray for helping me to recreate this. What we have here is we have 2 Fizzes on board. What I'm going to do is... Oh. Did I pull the right video? Oh, there we go. There's a Mystic Shock. So this is actually in reverse. So I burst, gets rid of the Mystic Shock, and now what he's going to do, he's actually going to play... I'm going to play a creature. He's going to play TF. Twisted Fate. Come on. Come on. Come on, DJ, you can do it. I know you can. Here we go. Anytime now. Anytime now. You can do it. Why is he not doing it? There we go. There's the Twisted Fate. And you note that he chose gold card. I needed to kill my 2/2 because I had made a mistake. He chose the gold card. Gold card deals 2 damage and stun the strongest enemy. So this is a very significant difference between the wording. So if we can take a look again back at the Make It Rain, for some reason it says 3 enemies, but the TF clip, it says the strongest enemy. So I don't know whether or not it hit Fizz because of the pre-existing 2/2 that I nuked just so we could see the gold card hit. But for some reason, Twisted Fate's gold card will deal 2 damage and take out a Fizz even after his ability has already been activated. Right. And the final one that I actually learned through this same match, I recreated it, was Puff Caps. So you saw in the draw first the Puff Cap death. Well, I also learned something that if you are playing a Puff Cap deck, or if your opponent, this actually happened to him. My opponent had a bunch of Puff Caps on me, and then he plundered me. And he stole cards from my deck. Now, we're going to watch this interaction, because I have both interactions coming up. So, he drew a card, he got hit by the Puff Cap. Now, I don't remember how many Puff Caps I had in there, but I pulled cards. I pulled cards from his deck. His deck had the Puff Caps on them. His cards, I took damage. Also, side note, Puff Caps trigger Plunder. You can see he took the damage, and immediately my Plunder cards became active. So, a neat little thing for deck building. But yeah, if you are running or going to run something like this, or if you have Puff Caps in, or your opponent has Puff Caps in their deck, be wary about stealing the cards because you can and will take damage from them. So that is most of everything. Oh, I did have one more tip, and this is a crucial tip, critical tip. I actually figured this out a couple months ago. I just remembered it now. Your weekly chest. It is very important. Do not do your daily quest before you open your weekly chest. The experience points that you get from completing that quest will not contribute to your weekly chest, or your vault. It will not contribute to your vault. When Tuesday comes, your vault is already set, it's static, that's what you are going to receive. Do not waste your quest experience on trying to level up your vault to that just that. You're missing that last little bit. It's too late. You cannot gain more XP. When it goes to the Tuesday, you're locked. So open your vault first, then do your daily quest. Otherwise, you will have just wasted time and resources. That being said, we're going to switch to the socials. You can find me at GunterNine on Twitter. Also follow Nephilim_GG. You can find our articles on nephilim.gg. And if you feel so inclined and want to write or create articles or videos for us, email us at nephilimgg@mail.com or go down below and you should find the Discord link. So, thank you, and remember, be excellent to each other.